104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And Ding Dong. Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning. It's Wednesday, July the 12th of 2023 at 6:02 a.m. with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Special K, Sam. Eric will be in tomorrow. And we're halfway through the week. You know, what was that stat we did after Memorial Day? When you have a Monday off, it takes you 4 days to recover from having a Monday off. So by the time Friday comes around, you have the weekend again. We didn't have Monday off, but I feel like if for those who are trickling back in, if they took any kind of 4th of July holiday time, or maybe you're getting ready to jet set out to go somewhere, like see family or just get away and not be at work, you're just like, the lazy days of summer. The lazy days of summer.
I mean, it's so hot, you can't do anything right now. The heat index, again, here we go. They're saying 115 today. It could be 115 with the heat index. And it's like if you're lucky enough to have a pool in your backyard, it's not exactly refreshing. It's like jumping in a bowl of hot soup.
Yeah, listen, I have always been a fan of a
Galveston,
pool.
hot poop.
Yeah. Oh, God, terrifying. Fecal matter
That
in the water.
stat that we did
terrible.
yesterday.
Texas beaches. Actually, it was all Texas
All
beaches.
Texas beaches. 90% of Texas beaches.
Have a high fecal matter count. Terrible.
Why is that? Is that
you know
our
why?
poop or is that our agriculture poop?
Wait,
going
isn't
in
it from
water?
the conversation yesterday morning at this time when I was saying, how is it that we get so shortchanged with our Gulf looking so dirty and the rest of the Gulf looking so great? And you guys were saying how we get all like the dirty side. Is that part of it?
It's all the tributaries.
All the dirty side and people are pooping
the
in
water's
the
not
ocean. It's
brown
coming to
because
us.
it's filled with poop. I mean,
No, not filled with poop. I'm just saying, is it a higher content because we're getting all that dirty side?
I grew up in Delaware, and this was never a thing. Like, we never heard of poop in the water. It's I don't.
And Kevin has definitely contributed to that.
I have in lakes. But it's I mean it's scary. It's scary. You don't want to have an open wound if there is poop in the water because unfortunately my grandfather lost a leg to
flesh-eating bacteria.
Flesh-eating bacteria.
You're kidding, Kev.
Yep.
How old was he?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh gosh, he must have been in his late 60s at that point in time, and that was the Chesapeake Bay. So you
Whoa.
think Galveston Bay.
So here it is in a nutshell, okay? Just Google it right off the bat. It says other waters, like off the coast of Florida, have a sea flora on the floor of the ocean which traps sediment and makes the water clean blue. And Galveston, the water is mostly shallow, causing the sand and sediment turnover to be relatively high. This is what causes the water to be brown and not see-through.
Yeah, but
It's not because of the fecal matter.
No, I never said it's because of the fecal matter. I'm just saying, is it part of that whole thing where it's
Right.
always churning up, churning
Right.
up, churning up?
The
And then,
currents.
yeah, I don't know. Is it somehow just bringing us everything that's disgusting in the Gulf? I don't know. It's just unfortunate. I like the view. I don't want to get in that water. But
And that stat you were doing yesterday, out of
Which one?
61 beaches tested in Texas, 55 of them had unsafe levels of high fecal levels.
of Texas beaches. So Padre, Galveston, Freeport, Bolivar, Crystal Beach.
I want to know, have we done this to ourselves, or this is just kind of like an accident? Is there ways that we could reverse this? Maybe clean up the pipes that are coming into Galveston Bay? Put a filter on them things?
I need you to get up on that.
Here's the most unsafe
Figure it out.
water in our area. This is off KHOU Channel 11. The Texas City Dike in Galveston County.
What'd you call me?
The 25th Street near Galveston Island Historic Pleasure Pier. That is-
25th Street.
That is the second most nasty water in all of Texas, right near the Pleasure Pier.
Maybe the Pleasure Pier.
Crystal Beach, Sylvan Beach Park. Those are the worst, is what
Crystal
they're
Beach.
saying. Yeah.
Sylvan Beach Park. That's all right there. That's all right there in that
Yep.
little outlet area. Yeah.
And people like to hang out under there, like even like under Murdoch's and stuff. They want to go to the shallows there and just kind of hang out and have something up above them to access. Like, I don't know if it's drinks or shade or what is it.
Let's sit down and have a drink near the sewer.
But if you're having, because I've seen people that hang out, you know, you're walking the beach or there are certain people that like to park themselves in certain places and like that's their place. Like y'all have your secret beach.
Yeah.
You know, y'all go to your spot. People like to go to spots that are under the piers and stuff because of the shade
Oh, yeah.
and the space. So maybe now, not to do that.
Just stay on the sand.
Not to do that. I don't know. That's really an unfortunate statistic, but yes, it is hot. And to your point about the pool not being refreshing, I will always find a pool refreshing. I don't care what the temperature is, because when I was a child, I wished so much for a pool. We did not have a pool growing up, and I remember still seeing the backseat of the car getting picked up from school in my crazy uniform at St. Thomas. That was so hot. I felt like the uniform was so hot. And I was like, if we had a pool, I would jump in it with my clothes on when we get home. So that is why I let my kids jump in the pool with their clothes on when they're hot. Like if we've been so hot, like somewhere and like, oh, mommy, it's so miserable. I go, when we get home, just jump in the pool. Just jump right in the pool. Take your shoes off and just jump right in the pool. Who cares?
Aww.
And that's always like fun for them. They're like, really? I go, yes, just jump right in the pool. We have a washing machine.
That's
because
awesome.
it's so hot. Because think about it. When you're so hot, your clothes are sticking to you. By the time you go inside your air-conditioned house and strip down, put your swimsuit on, come back out, I'm not saying you're not as hot. It's just not the same feeling. And then if the pool, to your point, Ryan, if it's not even refreshing, like my husband always says, oh, God, where are the carrots and the celery? Because it's so hot.
Where are the carrots and the celery? It's like the old cartoon where Bugs Bunny's bathing in the pot. Doesn't realize he's part of the soup.
I'm just happy I'm in the water. And there is something about even taking a dip and coming out of the water and being soaking wet. You have a better chance against the heat than if you were just sitting there dry.
Yeah, I
It's just
agree.
better to have one than not have one. And I will get one.
Oh, I'm not
every
complaining
single
about
time.
it. I'd love to have, I got a pool finally for the first time in my life when I moved into this house, and I love it. But I'm just saying right now, it is like that bowl of soup.
We looked into a DIY pool. So that involved buying a shipping container, having one cut in half, and then dropping it over by
Into the
crane,
ground?
over the house into the backyard. That is a thing.
Oh, wow.
Like you dig a hole?
Yes.
Or like Eric used to say, it was like there. Above ground pool, in ground.
Because you dig a hole.
But how do you
You
get-
dig
how
a
do you
hole
get the,
to put the crane?
yes.
Like the crate in there.
Yes.
How do you get
Okay,
the
and
pumps
then-
and the filters and all that
How
stuff?
you filter it?
Well, you have someone cut out the holes
For
that go
pipes?
into it. Yeah, and you just seal them in there. But we looked them up on like YouTube and Pinterest. And we're like, all right, this is a cool little cocktail pool. So is it going to
How much
happen?
does that cost?
Just around between $20,000 and $25,000.
Way
Do
cheaper
the
than
stock
building
tank
one.
pool.
What's a stock tank pool?
that is ridiculous.
I love the stock tank pool.
But you can't even get your whole body in there.
I don't know what
you
that
can
is.
Sit. It's
You can
one of those
sit.
big like
It's what horses drink out of.
No, stop.
trough.
It
Yes.
is.
It's a trough.
It's just called a cowboy pool or a stock tank pool.
look
They're
this up.
super cute. I want one.
Hey, while you guys are talking about this pool, I've been doing my research. You're asking why and how we have that high level of fecal in our beaches.
Yeah.
So here it is. And this is according to the EPA. Pathogens that show up in Texas beaches are most likely there because of polluted runoff and sewage overflows.
Yeah, that's
So
what
it
I
is
thought.
us. It is us. It's human poop, not
You know what?
animals.
A lot
It's
of
our
people are
sewage.
against regulation, but please regulate the poop in our water. Please regulate the
Yeah,
poop
let's
coming
do
out
that.
into our. Treat it a little bit more.
Wow.
Send it through the filter once more.
Aren't they cute? Did
By
you
the
find
way,
it?
these stock tank pools are very cute.
Yes.
And it is more than just sitting, but sitting
See,
without your
Kev,
head going under.
They're like 2 feet. You can
Look how
totally put
cute
your
these
full
are.
body.
They're like kind of
There's
like hot
8
tub
foot,
size.
10
you can't even
foot.
get 2 people into
Yes,
that
you
thing.
can.
You get, like,
This is
half
what
a
I'm going to
dog.
do.
You
I'm
can get
gonna
2
try.
people and a baby in there. That's what you
Absolutely.
can
And then
get.
what?
And that's
You
all
can't
I
swim.
need.
Yeah, that's a
That's all
bathtub.
I
No, you're in there to cool off. You're not in there to actually swim. You're
You're
right.
going to
You
actually
cannot
cool
swim
off more
at
in
all.
inside your house, but putting
Like no laps and
cool
stuff.
water in the
I
the
feel like
tub.
that would definitely, because that's all metal as well. You think that would probably heat up? You
Yeah.
I would see if I got the shipping container, then I would probably coat it with something.
Yeah, you got to put like a
Could be
liner.
so.
You have to put a liner in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be like
says-
laying in a big skillet in the backyard.
It says move over above ground pools. Stock tank pools are replacing more traditional alternatives to standard in-ground swimming pools. Really? No, I still need to fit at least 8 people in my pool,
Yeah,
and they
me
need to be able
too.
to splash around.
Yeah.
But, for what Sam's looking for, this will do the job.
Yep.
Temporarily.
I'll let you know if I get it.
Then Santi will grow up and be like, what the hell is this, Mom and Dad? And you'll be like, we're not living here past his first birthday. The way you guys move. Today on the Roula and Ryan Show, we've got the rapid fire quiz. Your chance to win tickets to see Neo when Neo comes back to town. We also have the Summer of 2020 free. We'll give you details on. Coming up next, things that we missed while we were on vacation that I have to mention. The slap. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The
yeah.
slap. We got to talk about the slap. And you'll get your details in Scoop next. Here is your weather for today.
There is an excessive heat warning in effect until 7 p.m. tonight. Actual air temperatures will be around 100, but the heat index will make it feel like it's 115 degrees. This is not weather that you want to be outside running in.
Ryan Chase.
Yep. Yeah.
But, you know, if
I'm
you want to.
I'm taking a break from the running in this. I'm not doing that today. Right now it's 82 degrees.
Yeah.
And 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now, y'all ready?
This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
Okay, let me remind you guys, the summer of 2020 free. The summer of 2020 free is where 3 times a day we give you a chance for $10,000. At the end of the summer, somebody's going to win that as we give you fabulous prizes to become a finalist. In the meantime, at 8:20 in the morning, 1:20 p.m., and 5:20 p.m. At 8:20, we will announce the keyword of the morning that you need to send to us, and then we call the 104th texter back to tell you, hey, you're a finalist for $10,000. And your name goes in the hat, and we'll see what happens. So y'all hang out for that. We just played Karma by Taylor Swift. And I don't know if this is some kind of... I mean, I didn't think the FBI needed help to generate more interest in how to help with federal crimes. But
Right?
this is so
Okay.
weird.
Yes, I saw
So
that.
if you go to FBI Washington Field on Twitter, the entire block, like the entire paper, like not paper, the
Screen.
the screen is like Taylor's Speak Now release. So it's like, trying to grab Swifties. But I didn't know Swifties were some of the most important part of the population is going to grab some federal criminals.
Well, after seeing the amount of people in her concerts, they're definitely
It's
on
an
top
army.
of things.
Yeah. It says, justice is better than revenge. You may not be Superman, but you can help the hashtag FBI protect the country. If you have information about a federal crime, speak now. Call 1-800-225-5324 or visit tips.fbi.gov to submit a tip. And then the actual flyer that they've posted looks like Taylor's, font for Speak Now. It's all purple. And those are titles of songs on Speak Now. So it's kind of funny. And most people are left scratching their heads I don't know if this is some cool thing the FBI is trying to do, or maybe it's just some kind of genius thing they
We
Taylor
got to
gives to
somehow
Taylor fans.
hip it up our image here. Let's copy Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Let's be with the cool kids.
Better Than Revenge, Superman, and Speak Now are titles of songs on her album. And,
Or you just got a really
justice is better than revenge.
big Taylor Swift fan in the FBI.
I mean, to Kevin's point, it is hundreds of thousands of people at all of those shows.
And this will get some attention.
Yeah. Swifties are going to be like, help the FBI. We need to help the FBI.
Crime-fighting Swifties.
Wouldn't it be great?
'Cause
some
Taylor had
17-year-old
to-
girls see something and they call the FBI
Yeah,
hotline.
you see something, say something. That should be a Taylor Swift song. If you see something, say something.
Yeah, I'm telling
I
you.
said something yesterday.
Okay, last week when we were on vacay, this went down in Vegas, which we're all pretty familiar with Vegas. The Aria Hotel does not have a casino. There's the Vidara and the Aria. The Aria does not have a casino, but it has restaurants and whatnot. So Brittany, we haven't really heard from Brittany in a while. I don't follow her on socials. Y'all follow her?
Yeah, I
I
definitely
just
do.
know that she's got a book
have
coming
you
out.
seen her post anything out of the ordinary, like when she was dancing and she broke her ankle or anything like that? She's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely promoting "quote unquote" something coming big, which Ryan just revealed it.
Which, it's the book.
No, I mean it's
I know.
it's the first thing you pop up anything on everybody's feed. It's like
Well,
Britney's
the
got
first
a
thing is the
book.
slap, not the book. But she is talking about her.
Last week it was
Yeah.
the slap.
Where she was allegedly slapped by someone.
Yeah,
security
so she
guard.
is walking behind NBA's San Antonio Spurs Victor Wembanyama. I can't say his name right. Wembanyama. Wembanyama. That's how you say it. Wembanyama. He was the top pick for 2023. He's from France. He plays for the Spurs. She sees him walking with his Spurs security, and she's coming up behind him, and in a British accent, she's saying, "Sir, sir." Victor has no idea it's Brittany behind him. He knows as he's walking through Vegas, the security team said, just do not stop or it's going to cause a crowd. So he's just walking and leaving it to the security. She puts her hand up to allegedly, I guess, tap him or get his attention, the security guard swats her hand away, and it causes her own hand to hit herself and have her glasses fall off.
So she slapped herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like she hit herself because he whacked her
Yeah.
hand
Yeah.
It's like you
away.
go like this and then.
And he like moved it back, and so she hits herself. So originally it was like, oh my God, she got slapped in the face by this security. How is this guy not, being totally like, ostracized for what he did, or he hit a woman, all these things. Well, it was a lot of slow-mo video, the slap
Back
in Vegas.
into the left,
Yeah,
back into the
slow-mo
left.
Video. So in any case, she does have a point. You're going to hear her talk here in a second about when you have a lot of people coming, because it wasn't really that big of a crowd, y'all. A lot of people don't know him. If you're not a sports person, you don't know Victor Wembanyama, right
He's
away.
big enough to have a security guard.
Well, it's the Spurs security team because he's like a big deal for basketball. But if we were in Vegas all together having drinks and we just saw a guy walking with a security team, we'd know, I guess this guy's somebody, but we don't know right away it's Victor Wembanyama. So here's Brittany's point now that she's speaking out after the slap of what was all going on there.
Saying that I deserve to be smacked, security was doing their job and protecting their client. I've been with the most famous people in the world. In sync at one time, girls would like literally throw themselves at them. On my way into the place, actually, I was knocked down by like 3 12-year-olds trying to get my picture. My security not one time touched them or even came near them. Point being is, I didn't appreciate the people saying that I deserve to be hit, because no woman ever deserves to be hit. I simply tapped him on the back and I was backhanded, hit my face, came back on the floor. My best friend picked me up and held me.
Oh my God.
And I did get an apology at my table 30 minutes later, but I have yet to receive a public apology.
She's right about that. I mean, I think it's wrong when trolls say, "Oh, you deserved it." Nobody deserves it.
deserves
No, she was just trying to say, hey, what's up, bro?
Right.
Did you
Yeah.
see what happened in Vegas yesterday, though?
Tell me.
There was an hours-long standoff. Dude broke a window at Caesar's Palace and thrown crap out of it. I think he had a gun. He had a hostage.
Oh, my God.
Well, remember, everybody's,
happened there?
think about the tragedy that happened in Vegas years ago.
Yeah, they have to be careful of people shooting from above. It says a man was arrested and a woman described as a hostage was released unharmed Tuesday after an hours-long standoff in a room at Caesar's Palace in the Las Vegas Strip.
He was throwing items out of his shattered window.
Yes.
The pool had to be evacuated.
That's
'cause
really
anybody
scary,
get
though.
hit.
I mean, those people, the residents that have lived there, they're never going to forget that horrible tragedy. Have you been getting a lot, like I get on my feed, I constantly am seeing like videos of the new Sphere. The
Yes.
MSG.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so amazing.
That's
Some of the
weird.
things they
One
do.
of them, though, because, okay, so here's the thing. When I went to Vegas last June, we stayed at Resorts World.
Yes.
And inside Resorts World, you know how, like, all these newer hotels are kind of like malls now?
Oh, definitely.
They have, like, a mall in the hotel.
yeah.
to get you-
MGM, one of the
Yes,
OG.
all those.
The
Okay, so
fact
it's like
that
a mall.
that thing is just
So
a
this-
giant light board.
Well, hold on. There was a mini sphere inside Resorts World. It's a mini size of that sphere because it was so unnerving sitting at a restaurant because the sphere turned into the deep blue ocean. And the sphere is not close to us in this restaurant. We are in a restaurant where it's very, the walls are open and almost like patio seating, but we're not on the patio. It's just open like that.
Yeah.
And we are sitting there having lunch and you hear this really menacing, like, what's that psycho music, like the knife, going down like that, like real menacing, but like kind of Jaws type music. And it's deep blue ocean. The whole sphere is deep blue ocean. And all of a sudden you just see shark tails, and all of a sudden a great white just comes right up and shatters the globe, the sphere, and the glass breaks and all this water comes whooshing, even though it's not really whooshing.
Yeah.
And it was so loud and unnerving. Oh my God. The videos of the sphere that I saw last week is where the whole sphere, it can be any
I've
visual
seen one
image
where
you want.
it's a planet spinning, where it's the universe.
No,
like the
I've seen
sun
this
on
one's
fire.
unnerving. It's an eyeball. It's
Yeah,
like a
I saw
giant
the eyeball. Is the eyeball.
like dinosaur eyeball, and it's just like looking around and he's blinking.
And there was a
is
pumpkin,
terrifying.
like a scary jack-o'-lantern.
Yes, it is a marvel, an engineering marvel.
It's going to
It
cause
really is.
wrecks.
but it is going to cause wrecks.
I mean, I would think people flying in, they're going to be looking down the window, looking out the window of their plane, like, oh my God, look at that thing.
And there was, what was that hotel? I think it was the Aria. Years ago when the Aria and the Vidara opened up, there was a story where the sun was hitting one or the other of those hotels. And
It was cooking people.
It was cooking people at the pool.
Yes.
Because the reflection of what they had made that building out of, the steel reflecting down to the pool,
Yeah,
it
the
was
windows.
baking people
So
while
you're
they were
saying
on the
they're in the
sun
pool, like,
chairs.
Oh,
Honey,
my
something smells good. Huh?
God.
We'll smell
Think
some
about-
barbecue. It's me.
A magnifying glass and how you can cook, ants, and it was kind of doing the same thing. And I don't know if they put some type of covering on the windows or some kind of sheen
They had to
or
do something. I remember that was a big
Soften it?
story. Like the Vegas, like Chamber of Commerce had gotten with the owners of the hotel and the structural engineers to try and figure out how can we stop this pool from baking people. Is that the craziest thing to think about?
It's already hot in Vegas. Imagine being reflectively cooked.
Totally. So that's Brittany's word on what happened there, and she's right. Nobody should ever be struck, even if you're. All she was doing was walking up. I don't know why she was saying it in a British accent, and Victor never even knew it was her walking up behind her. He found out later. Oh, that was Britney Spears. Oh, I don't know. They told me not to stop because I'll cause a crowd. Yeah. And so, how embarrassed are you now? Mm-hmm. He's like, I just want to hoop. Can I just hoop? I just want to play basketball. All this hoopla. Yeah. All right. Coming up next, we're going to go around the table, and Ahmad is here. And ever since one of our listeners told us that Ahmad sounds like the Burger King guy, I can't not think about him, nor can my kids not think about Ahmad singing the Burger King theme song. And there is a new Burger King burger that I'm thinking of all the people in this room, only Ahmad would want to eat it. Try it Wednesday. No, I don't have it here, but we'll talk about it and go around the table.
I like BK.
BK, have it your way. We'll see if you want this one your way next on the Roula and Ryan Show. Let me remind everybody, today is July 12th.
Yes.
Tomorrow is July 13th, which if you look at the numbers, it's 713 day. Here on KRBE, we celebrate Houston all day long. It's 713 day. Every single one of us here on KRBE are going to make it all special and tailored to our great city of Houston, Texas. And, to make sure that you are tuned in, locked in, all things. If you're new to Houston, I want you to make sure that you lock into KRBE, especially tomorrow, all day.
You got to realize, obviously, if you're new to Texas, we've got Texas pride, but Houston pride is on a whole other level.
We do.
Yeah, because here on our show, we're going to be talking to our listeners who have lived here for a long time. Like, what do you love most about Houston? Or maybe newbies also. If there was a Mount Rushmore of Houston, who would you put on it? Places that are must go to places. Secret Houston is a great Instagram follow. Secret.
I'm telling you, if you want to see famous
even as
people,
a longtime Houstonian, Secret Houston shows you what you don't even know and you've lived here for 20 years.
And great deals.
I was going to say, if you want to see famous people, I'm telling you, Trill Burger is bringing it. Mike Tyson was there yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That line is
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, Bun B had him there.
Wow.
And then Audrey Rose, it comes on after Sam at 12 o'clock, and she's going to go through some of the best places to eat since she moved here, because she's a newer Houstonian. And then, Kids Meals is one of our favorite charities, and Kevin and Audrey are going to partner with Kids Meals to donate 713 meals to hungry kids across Houston. So it's all about Houston tomorrow, 713 day on KRBE. Ahmad, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, really?
Cue Ahmad and what one of our listener line callers said about Ahmad that I can't stop thinking about. He's the Burger King voice guy, but he's not. But he is, but he's not. Go.
I am.
Let's hear
Whopper,
you.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.
See? He is, but he's not. All right. We have Burger Kings all over the country, and they're actually all over the world. And
Yes.
there is a very famous scene in a movie called Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation, where the family has gone on vacation to visit these cousins that aren't so wealthy, and they make hamburger helper without the burger. There's no
They just
beef.
use the helper.
They just use the powder helper, and
So
they
it's-
put that between
It's mac
bread.
and cheese.
It's basically just whatever the seasonings are. I don't know what it was. It was just the helper.
Okay.
There's beef. I feel like Burger King took a note from that scene and were like, yeah, let's make a new burger, but it's not even a burger. This is only selling in Thailand so far.
Okay.
Basically, they're calling it a real cheeseburger. Take a stack of Kraft singles, like the whole pack. Unwrap the whole pack of Kraft singles and just lay them in a different formation on every slice.
Oh, so they're
just one
cooking
big
cheese.
block. They just put it between two pieces of bread and they call it the real cheeseburger.
That's nasty.
No
It is,
meat?
y'all, it looks terrible. There's a guy that went in there and he did
Heart attack on a
video.
bun.
There's pictures of it in the ad. All it is,
my God.
it's 19 slices of cheese.
Whoa.
It is 19
That looks
slices.
crazy.
Boy, if
of
you're
cheese,
lactose
that's all it
intolerant,
is.
that is not going to be a good meal for
over.
you.
Yeah, it's
It
over
looks
for you.
so wrong. And this guy,
Oh, my God.
this one guy posted his picture. It's like supposed to be melted, but it's not really. When he took a bite of it, it's like, he's like, this is not melted. This is basically just a big old pack of Kraft singles in between two pieces of bread.
Wouldn't you be better
calling
off
it the
just
real
like going to the
burger.
grocery store, buying a block of cheddar, stick it between two buns?
Cheddar, I think, is a more high quality cheese.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
happening here.
And it would probably be cheaper.
Yeah, he
It's
said,
like a grilled cheese.
but it's
This
not
looks
grilled.
insane. Y'all have to look up a picture of this.
Ew,
Yeah.
the picture of the bite is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like a cursed image. It's very
It kind of looks
disturbing.
like an egg.
He said
A little
he could
bit.
taste, and to his quote, he could taste the salinity in the cheese. What the hell is that? He said 3 bites was enough. 19 slices of cheese between 2 buns. In Thailand, Burger King is calling it the real cheeseburger. They're only charging $3 for it now, but they say eventually it will sell for $11.
$3 for all that cheese? That's kind of a deal.
So ask for a Whopper, but no meat, no onions. Nice.
Might save some.
Ask for a Whopper with no lettuce, no tomatoes, no onions, no pickles, no meat, and 19 extra slices of cheese.
Salinity is the saltiness of the cheese.
Right, like saline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all it is just cheese. But, you know, that's all I have to offer for this
It
roundtable,
looks
friends.
creepy. I can't even, it looks weird.
Well, guess what?
Whopper, no
Whopper.
meat Whopper.
I think we can do this because it is Wednesday. We got a What's Up Your Butt Wednesday listener line call.
Uh-oh.
And I will have to say, absolutely parental discretion.
Do you want me to play Phoenix's since we
Well,
have
we
a
have to
fight?
explain what What's Up Your Butt even started with. One of our listeners
Okay.
said
I was
you
like,
should
let me
talk to the
play it.
medical community and say, hey, what have you guys seen in x-rays in the emergency rooms that people put up their keisters? And Phoenix can be cued now for the discretion.
Content may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
When I first heard that, I thought it was like Boys to Men or something.
I know,
like
isn't
you
he
guys
so good?
pulled
That's
it.
why I was like, play it.
And I really hope it's not that bad. We just like to hear Phoenix's voice. Let's hear the call.
All right, here it is. Parental discretion.
When I was in college, I had a roommate who had a long distance boyfriend. So, you know, they catch up on the phone, and sometimes those phone conversations involve more than talking. And so one day she comes and knocks on my door. She's on the computer with him, and she's like, I need your help. So during their not talking portion of their conversation, she had inserted something into her, it was not coming out. So she asked me if I could help her get it out,
Oh
which,
my
you know,
God.
obviously is not what you want to hear from your roommate. So I had to get like kitchen tongs, which went into the garbage. Don't worry, we never used those again.
Stop.
And it took like an hour of us trying and being desperate. And finally she had to go to the ER and have it removed. And that was what was up her butt that Wednesday.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Amateur.
Oh, could you imagine making the journey to the kitchen getting salad tongs?
That's
Well, you're doing
insane.
whatever you can to get it
Yeah.
out. And she said they're going to throw them
Girl,
away.
get
I
it
can't
Anything to
imagine.
keep yourself from having to go to the ER where you're so embarrassed, but they see everything.
I used to love that show on TLC. Sex Sent Me to the ER. The acting was so bad. That's what made it so funny.
Girl.
We got to cleanse the palate with something else. You can't end up that.
Yeah. Put some fiber in the diet.
Something.
Okay, how about this one? Kevin, you love cruises. I'll mention this in Scoop later, too. Hallmark Channel just revealed yesterday they're going to launch their first ever Christmas-themed cruise to the Bahamas. In November of 2024. It's going to be actors, some of your favorite actors that are all starring in all those Hallmark movies. It includes crafts, the world premiere of a new Hallmark movie, a tree lighting ceremony, photo opportunities, panels with Hallmark Channel stars, cookie decorating, Christmas karaoke, and an ugly sweater contest, plus wine tastings. Hallmarkies is what they call themselves. If they love
Hallmarkies. Is
the
this something like the
Hallmark
whole
Christmas
family
movies.
is doing? Is it going to be a kids-oriented
Well,
cruise?
I don't know if it's for kids
No, I
because
doubt it.
usually it's very like coupley oriented. Like my sister-in-law Mary loves the Hallmark Christmas movies. I got her like the slippers that say best time of year is Hallmark time.
God.
Or like a sweatshirt, pajamas.
It's a
like she
vibe.
loves it. And it's Christmas in July right now in Hallmark. They're doing the Christmas movies right now.
Oh,
okay.
So they launched the information. If you'd like to take a Hallmark Channel Christmas cruise, just go to hallmarkchannelcruise.com and you can find out how you can get the best tickets for that and get Christmas on the water. So exciting.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
All right, it is brought to you by Duncan. Heat advisory. Extreme excessive heat warnings today until 7 p.m. It's going to definitely be over 100 degrees, but the heat index will make it feel like it's 115 degrees. So This is really sad for these brides that are about ready to get married. There's a bridal boutique in Spring. It's created a nightmare for people that are getting ready for their wedding. A notice in the front door of the Prince's Bridal Boutique said the owner defaulted on their rental agreement. Their website said that they closed the stores, but customers were never notified. Now, the Better Business Bureau said that there still may be hope for frantic brides that are waiting on their stuff, and they're up the creek right now. They say anybody impacted should collect receipts, proofs of purchase, or other pertinent documents to help prepare for a resolution request. Also, check with the bank or the credit card company used. You may be able to dispute the transaction. Plus, keep in mind that if the company has not filed for bankruptcy, that business is still obligated to fulfill your order or issue a refund.
Well,
the Princess Boutique.
The items
Princess Bridal
must
Boutique
still
in
be
Spring.
in there, at least the beginnings of your dress, right? It's got to be there.
Well, I think
But the place is padlocked.
Listen, the padlocked is different. This is a rent agreement situation. It's not about the vendors not making dresses for the lady, unless, or whoever owns
Their
the
website
boutique,
says
unless
they
she
have
didn't
closed the
pay
store.
for any of the dresses she took deposits and then didn't fulfill orders, so there is no dress being made. You have a higher chance, I would think, because the way, and Sam, you know how this works too, when you get a wedding dress, if you're not buying off the rack, like at a David's Bridal type of place, doesn't need, or if you're getting one that's like made for your body, it's going to take months to do that. So if you are a bride that just ordered one like 2 weeks ago, you'd be like, did you even order my dress? If your wedding is in 2 weeks and your dress was to be here today, that's where I'd really be worried. Because, did she get the dress? Is it in there and it's just padlocked and I can't get to it? Or where is that dress?
Did she not even order it? Yeah.
Yeah, because 5 months ago, she was probably having these problems. I'm saying I know the owner's a woman. I don't know. They are probably having these problems and you're trying to, rob Peter to pay Paul and just figure out how am I going to do this stacking game until it all falls apart, like the House of Cards comes down. So I really feel for any bride who is stressed out right now.
But the article's saying contact the Better Business Bureau.
That's not going to, listen, that's great. We can say that. But let's be real. I'm going to contact the Better Business Bureau. I'm stressed out as a bride. And they're going to say, okay, we have your number. Thank you very much. They're not going to give you your address.
Exactly.
They can't get up in there and find out if it's in there.
Look at the text messages. Someone said, I was loading my storage unit, and the lady that owns this was unloading carloads of dresses into her unit 2 weekends ago.
Okay, so there are dresses.
Storage unit dresses. There's going to be some mice and roaches up in there.
No, if it's an AC storage unit, it should be fine.
Is that a lace pattern? No, it's just holes from the mice.
The Princess Bridal in Spring. The Princess Bridal
By
in
the way,
Spring.
the Mega Millions jackpot will keep growing after nobody matched the 6 numbers to correctly win the $500 million grand prize yesterday. 3 lucky winners will take home $1 million. Nobody from Texas, so what do we care?
But from what state? Does it say? Because I bought tickets in Louisiana,
It wasn't.
Mississippi, and Florida.
It was none of those states. The jackpot rises to an estimated $560 million for Friday's drawing, and that's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, coming up next, Special K is going to bring us, is it a robocall or a telemarketer turnaround?
Telemarketer turnaround. This week's phrase is, let me check my calendar.
My paper calendar on the wall, not in my phone. All right, we're going to get it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.